Yo, what's going on? It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game. What's good? So I got an email from a subscriber, and the subscriber sent a donation, so thanks for your donation. And remember, guys, if you want to guarantee that your question will be answered, make sure you click the link below and send a donation. So this one says, I've been asking out a lot of waitresses and bartender girls at various places I go. I set a goal for myself to do this because I see a lot of opportunities here. Every restaurant or restaurant in my area that I walk into, there are at least 3 hot girls working there. So anyway, I have been taking action and approaching these chicks, and I am getting phone numbers. I have actually gotten 5 phone numbers in the last week. The challenge I am having is when I hit them up the day afterwards, I'm getting all sorts of excuses, such as, who is this? Like they don't even remember who I was. Then I tell them I am that guy wearing the New York Yankees hat because I always wear my Yankees hat everywhere I go, and then they remember me. I have been following up by text messages and phone calls, and it has been very difficult to get through to these girls. A couple of them told me they were single when we were talking. I want to make something happen here, Mr. Locario. I got phone numbers and even Facebook connects with some of these girls, but outside of their work environment, it has been difficult to meet up with them. Could you please explain to me what is going on here? Why am I getting the runaround with these chicks? I'm honestly confused because I got these numbers very easily. So why am I not getting a date appointment really easily? Please explain on why this is happening, and most importantly, what can I do to make these situations work for me? All right. So basically what guys have to understand is this, is getting women's numbers is easy. Okay. That's the easy part. Like, a lot of women will just give you their number. You'll be like, hey, give me your number. They'll give you the number. You understand? Now, there's going to be some girls who are going to say no, or I got a boyfriend or whatever. But, you know, in general, if you're talking to a girl and you say, hey, give me a number, we should get together, hang out, whatever, she's going to give you the number in a lot of cases. It's really not that hard to get girls' numbers, because what you have to understand is that women, they'll just give it out and think nothing of it, or they'll give it out because they're like, oh, cool, you know, some guy called me and, you know, he'll give me some attention or whatever. Chicks like to see, you know, dudes texting them and blowing up their phone and all the other stuff, right? Now, you were saying that, you know, you would hit up these girls and they would ask you, who's this? Like they don't even remember who I was, right? So what you have to understand is, in that situation, one reason is that, you know, the girl probably doesn't remember who you were because she wasn't really feeling you like that in the first place. So you're just kind of like blended in with whoever the other guys is trying to holler at her. And 2, these girls give out their number so much that they're actually like, okay, who the fuck is this when you call them or you text them. So if you talk to that one girl and she gave out her number to 10 dudes that day, and then you text her and say, hey, what's up? She's going to be like, who's this? You feel what I'm saying? Because you could be one of those 10 dudes. She don't know who the fuck it is. You see what I mean? And so this is why, you know, guys, when you're dealing with women and we talk about the game, you have to look at it from, you know, you got to look at it from a bird's eye view. You have to look at the whole thing. You got to understand, you're not the only one who approached this girl. You're not the only one who she gave the number to. You see what I'm saying? So you got to understand that when it comes to you interacting with these women, right? Now, you know, you were saying that you were hitting up these places that, you know, there's the waitresses and the bartenders and all this other stuff. And these chicks probably getting hit on a lot either way at work or whatever. So they'll probably just give the number to whoever, you know, here and there. But you were saying that you got 5 phone numbers, but you're really having issues getting with these chicks. Now, again, what you guys have to understand is that this is still a numbers game, right? So what it is that what you're doing correctly is that you have this skill to sort of, you know, to have a conversation with a girl, you know, approach a girl, talk to her, get information. You're doing that correctly. You're doing that great. You just got to do it more. It's that simple, right? Also, what sort of helps it out too, and I did a video about this a long time ago where I think I titled it, getting her number isn't enough. And basically what I was saying in that video is, and I actually talked about this, I think, in my book, The Magnificent 10 Crucial Dating Tips for Men, is that, you know, a chick, she'll give her number out to a whole bunch of dudes, right? What makes you stand out is the interaction that you have with the girl. Now, I'm not sure how interesting of an interaction you're going to really have too much where you're talking to a girl who's on the clock, who's working, because you don't really have enough time or energy to really, you know, she doesn't have even the time to really engage with you that much, you know, in certain situations. Maybe like a bartender, if you're sitting at a bar and you're the only one in there, sort of, and she's talking to you, that's one thing. But if a waitress, she's just bringing you your food, and then you be like, hey, you know, you're cute, give me a number, she'll give you the number, but it's like there was never really any type of interesting interaction there that makes you memorable. You see what I'm saying? So you could be one of 10 guys who, you know, she gave the number to, and this is why, you know, you hit her up, she's like, who the fuck is this, right? So a lot of times when it comes to you getting girls' numbers and everything like that, and them responding to your calls or responding to your texts, a lot of it sometimes has to do with how interesting the initial interaction was when you were getting the number. So it's, you know, if you are playing the numbers game and you're actually having interesting, memorable interactions when you are, you know, talking to these girls, it's most likely that they will, you know, respond to your text and, you know, make something happen with you, right? But you got to really play the numbers game, because if you're saying, you know, I got 5 girls numbers, right? How about you get 50 girls numbers and then maybe 5 will get back to you? You see what I'm saying? That's how it works, right? So you have to, you know, look at it from that angle. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, in your situation, what I would say to you is, you know, you can still holler at these chicks, at the, you know, the bartenders and the waitresses. If you in those situations, that's cool. But don't limit yourself to just that. And also too, you know, you have to spread your shit out. You got to spread it out more and do more things with more women in different situations. Because if you're at these spots where these women are working, you feel what I'm saying? They're not really in that sort of state of mind to really, like, you know, feel the interaction that way. You know, she might see you, she might think you're attractive or whatever. She might be like, yeah, you know, here's my number and all this other stuff. But then what happens is when you hit her up and you holler at her later, she's just on some other stuff. She got some other shit on her mind. She wasn't really there in the interaction. Because the thing is, you know, what I want to stress is how, you know, when you're having that memorable interaction before you get the number, is that, let's say you meet a girl at a bar and y'all are talking, y'all are having a good time, you know, y'all are, you know, maybe talking for like maybe 15, 20 minutes. And then you be like, hey, listen, you know, I got to run, but, you know, we should get together sometime and hang out, continue this conversation. You get information and then you hit her up. Most likely, you know, and especially at that point, you can exchange numbers where she'll have your number in her phone, in the name and everything in there. You'll have her number. So when you do text her, she's not going to be like, who's this? And also when she sees that you texted her, right, she'll be more likely to respond because she was already having that interesting conversation that she wants to continue to have and to see you. But if you're at a bar, if you're at a, you know, if you're at a diner or some shit and some waitress comes by and she gives you the check and then you say, hey, here's my number, you know, call me or whatever. You understand what I'm saying? Or if you say, hey, give me your number, we should get together, you're cute. And then she's like, okay, whatever, my number so and so, and you get her number, that situation doesn't lend itself to a really memorable experience like the situation in a bar where you're talking to the girl for 15, 20 minutes, you know, going back and forth and then, you know, doing it that way. You see what I'm saying? So you might have to take your game in other spots and don't just focus on that. Don't focus on hollering at chicks when they at work. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, you may want to like do it in other places, because, you know, when the chick is at work, sometimes she might just give you the number because, you know, she doesn't want to have to deal, you understand what I'm saying, with that interaction too much while she's working. So she's like, you know, let me just give this guy my number so I don't have to, like, you know, go through the motions of telling him no, and, you know, I don't want my boss to see this going down or whatever. So here, yeah, take my number. Go, you know, go ahead. You understand? And other times she could be, you know, interested, but, you know, since that interaction wasn't anything memorable and shit, you understand? It's like you're just another dude. It's like whatever. You understand? So the thing is, what I would suggest you to do is take your game out there to, you know, broaden it to different spots, different places, meet girls at different, you know, situations or whatever. Also, you know, play the numbers game. You understand? And what's going to help you out more is when, you know, it's just not, you know, just getting the number. It's sort of having a little bit of a back and forth with the girl so that you stand out from the other dudes. You understand? Because what you guys got to understand is that you are not the only one. You're not the only one she's talking to or she gave her number to or whatever. You understand? You get a girl's number, you're probably the 5th guy today or the 10th guy that week. Who knows? You understand? So the more that you stand out, right? And of course, you know, if you're doing things correctly, because, you know, you were saying, I think, that you would hit them up and send a text message and, you know, call. You said a couple of them I was talking to, you said that, because there was one part where you were saying that, where was it? You said, I've been following up by text messaging and phone calls, and it's been very difficult to get through to these girls. So, you know, I'm wondering how much have you been following up and what have you actually been doing? Because really all you need to do, you get her information, you hit her up that one time, the next day be like, yo, what's up? This is so-and-so, you know, what you doing this weekend? Let's get together. And if she doesn't respond to you, you keep that shit pushing. Or if she does respond to you, but she's sort of being wishy-washy about it, you charge it to the game and you keep that shit pushing. You understand? And you keep moving on to the next chick. You see what I mean? So you're talking about, you know, you got 5 phone numbers, but you're worrying about those 5 girls. See, if I get 5 phone numbers, I'm calling all of them the next day. If, let's say 3 of them don't get back to me and 2 get back to me, those 3 who didn't get back to me, they're charged. The 2 who did get back to me, I'm setting up dates with those 2. Let's say one out of those 2 is acting wishy-washy. She's charged. Then I set the date with that one girl, and then and as I'm doing that, I'm still talking to other chicks. So I got other girls in the queue as I'm going along. You see what I'm saying? So that's how you make the shit pop. All right, but you know, don't get so you guys got to stop getting so bogged down with the whole notion of just getting her number and all that other stuff. It's like you just get the number to really contact them to set something up. And if the contacting them to set something up is not going through or not working, you charge it to the game. You understand? Or you can give the girl your number, tell her to call you. If she don't call you, or if she, then it is what it is. Or if she does call you, but she's acting all, funny style, you charge it to the game. If she's not acting funny style, you set the date and you see her. You understand? But, that's what you really, got to do. You got to play the numbers game. Try to make the interactions more memorable. I'm probably have to do a whole video just on that. You know what I'm saying? And and basically, like hit them up and just charge them if they not being cooperative. If they are being cooperative, you set the date. All right. So that's pretty much it. Listen, if you guys have any more questions, make sure you click the link below, and I'll holler at you later. Remember, the truth is inside you. Peace. I'm gone. Now, before you turn off this video, make sure you click the link below to get the Mr. Locario 30-minute game session. Now, this is a private one-on-one coaching session between me and you where we chop up game for a half an hour. So make sure you click that link below to get the Mr. Locario 30-minute game session. Hey, what's up? It's dating and life coach Mr. Locario. Go to badboymembership.com and master the dating game by joining my Bad Boy Membership program. In this program, you'll receive 45 to 90-minute, easy-to-follow, step-by-step dating advice tutorials that's guaranteed to help you attract, date, and have sex with beautiful women. Join the Bad Boy Membership today by going to badboymembership.com. That's badboymembership.com.